Hello?
Are you able to hear me?
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Prabhat, nice to meet you. My name is Javier. I'm going to be your mentor throughout this program. I'm really excited for you.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. So, since this is our first meeting, before we get into our meeting, I want to get to know you a little bit more.
Yes.
I've been a mentor for over a year now. I actually completed Udacity's data analyst program, and then I moved on to Udacity's data engineering program.
Okay.
I've gone through the same projects that you've well they have changed them a little bit, but I have gone through the same program and I finished it successfully. After that, I applied to become a Udacity mentor, and I've been a mentor for over a year. I've mentored more than 100 students, and I've seen dozens and dozens of students complete this program successfully.
Okay.
So I know what you're going through, and I've seen many students successfully finish it. So hopefully you will too. I'm pretty sure you will as well. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Why did you decide to join this program, and what do you expect to get out of it?
So I have uh, an information systems degree, a master's in information systems degree.
Awesome.
So I wanted to, specialize further in it. But instead of just, practicing on my own or, just doing practicing on the internet, I thought a structured course will help me. So that is my motivation for doing this program.
Awesome.
I'm actually currently working. I have a full-time job, but the work is not very technical. I would like to get into more technical work, do more technical work in data management, data analysis. So that is my basic motivation for doing this.
Oh, that is great. That is great. I'm pretty sure you will enjoy this course. It's pretty technical,
Yes.
so that's what you're looking for. So that's great.
Yes.
Let me share with you before we get into how the one-on-one works. Let me share with you something that I put together for you, which is just a learning plan.
Okay.
So I'm going to share this after our meeting. So it has your starting date and it has the content focus according to that day. So
Okay.
this learning plan is taking into consideration you spending about um, it varies, but from 1 hour to 2 hours every day, so about 10 hours a week as an average. So this is the expected progress, all right?
Okay.
And the way the one-on-one is going to work, you can schedule up to one meeting every week. It's not required by Udacity, but you can do so. It's a tool for you. Uh, 1 week, up to one meeting per week. And
Okay.
what we're going to do first, I'm going to ask you, how's your progress coming along? And we're going to check this. For example, today is January 18th. So you should be working on, you should be starting data modeling, introduction to data modeling, all right? Something
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
And then we will just see that you're actually there or ahead. Those two options are good. And then the second question is if we need to make any changes to your learning plan. So if you're falling behind the learning plan, I will help you come up with another plan so that we can catch up. All right. And
Okay.
then finally, I will ask you if you have any further questions, either about the plan, either about the contents of the course. We can run some code. I can explain some concepts, or I can walk you through a project. So basically, we'll have about 20 minutes for you to ask all the questions that you want to ask, or for us to review your code together. So that's
Okay.
basically how the one-on-one works. We spend some time in the learning plan,
Okay.
we make some changes to it, and finally we open the floor for questions and for reviews. Right?
Okay.
Awesome. So, any questions on the learning plan?
Uh, I'm good.
All
I
right.
think, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to send this with you after our call ends, and you can modify it as you wish. But if you
Okay.
do modify it, like on the next meeting, share it with me so that I'm up to date to whatever changes you do to it.
Okay.
So that's one thing. As you can see, like we have some days which are empty. These
Okay.
are for you to start working on the project, and
Okay.
so that's the amount of time we believe you should be working on the project. All right.
Okay.
So that's one thing. And now questions about the mentor meetings. Do you remember how to set up the meeting?
Um, yeah. So in the website, it gives me an option. It shows me your calendar when you are free. So as per that, even this meeting, that's why I said.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you go to our in the student hub, here in the initial greetings, there is this link which takes you to my Calendly, and
Yes.
here you can schedule the meeting. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. So I plan to give you like an overview of the classroom, digital
Oh,
classroom, but let me know if you have any other questions first before we do that.
sure.
All right, so no further questions. Let me walk you through this classroom. So here on the left side, you have your main contents of the course, all right? So each, it's divided in lessons and projects, all right?
Okay.
Now, what Udacity cares the most about is the projects, all right? You can skip a video here and there, even though I don't recommend it, but you can definitely not miss any projects if you want to graduate, all right? So when you finish all your projects, that's when Udacity says that you have officially graduated, right?
Yes.
Not when you finish all the videos, when you finish all the projects, all right? So please don't skip this. And when you are inside a project, each project will have you already finished a project, or you're working on the first lesson? Awesome, the first unit. Right.
Yes.
So each project has an introduction, which basically tells you what the scope of the project is. Then it will give you an introduction to the data sets. All right. And then it will have some instructions about the schema and the template and the project steps. And
Okay.
finally, you will have a project workspace. This project workspace is where you actually your actual code will live. So let's give it a second to load. Okay, cool. So here you will find all the different files and data that you need for your project. All right. And you, as you can see here, you have access to create notebooks or consoles or terminal in order for you to run your different files located here.
Yes.
Okay, so this comes really handy. And once you're feeling good with these files, at least for project number one, you should be able to run your ETL file,
Okay.
and you should get some results here in your test. All right.
Okay.
And once you're confident about it, you can submit your project with this button. All right.
Okay.
So that's the way of submitting projects. Now, in the future, as you keep progressing, you'll be adding technologies to it. So you will incorporate the project workspace with AWS or with Airflow. So it will change a little bit, but when you reach that point, I'm going to be there to help you, and the instructions will also help you with the setup, right?
Okay.
But the first one is like a really good introduction because everything lives here. And
Okay.
when you're done, you just submit the project here.
Okay.
Cool. Now, the other thing that I wanted to tell you was about the extracurricular. So if you go to your main classroom, at the lower left tab, there is an extracurriculars tab. If you click on it, you will have access to 4 more courses. All right. These are not required for you to graduate. Actually, you will find most of them handling basic stuff that you already know. But
Yes.
if you need like a refresher on some of these topics, it's all right to take a look. I don't suggest you pause the main content and go into this. I just suggest maybe if you need a refresher, watch a couple of videos, do a couple of exercises, and then go back to the main content. So, but it's just another tool for you to use. All right. Any questions about extracurriculars?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. Now, you also have access to a student hub and to the knowledge. Let's start with the student hub. The student hub, it's basically where our one-on-one lives, all right? So when you have a question, feel free to post it here in our direct messages. And I check this every day, so you can expect an answer the next day. You can also upload screenshots of your code, or the errors you're getting, that's super useful for me to take a look at your code and the errors you're getting, and for me to give a more structured answer. All right, so feel free to use this a lot. This will be our main way of communicating.
Okay.
And then you also have access to the knowledge. This knowledge, it's like a repository of all the previous questions have been asked by other students just like you. And you can filter the answers by the nano degree and by project. So this comes really useful because many times a question that you have, maybe it's already answered. So you can just take a look at the different answers, right? And you also can post new questions.
Okay.
And finally, we have this briefcase. This briefcase is a career portal. So here you have resources about networking, about LinkedIn, GitHub, and you have projects. You have a LinkedIn review, you have a resume review, you have even an interview practice you have access to. These are not part of the main course. So if you don't finish this, it's all right. You don't need them to graduate. Actually, when you graduate from the main course, you will still have access to this career portal. So I actually suggest you finish the main course and then start working on this. But it depends. If you're in the job hunt, which it doesn't sound like you are, you may want to take a look at this earlier, sooner than later, but it depends on your situation. Right? I think that's it in terms of the overview. Any questions about the classroom, about the contents of the course, about anything I've just showed you?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. Awesome. So once again, you can schedule a meeting with me every week. It's not required, but you can do so through the Calendly. Please let's keep in touch through the Student Hub. That's our main way of communicating. And here you can share screenshots of your code, anything you need. Don't hesitate to use the knowledge repository as well. And if you need like a refresher of the course items, make sure to look at the extracurriculars, which are on the left lower corner right here. Okay. Any other questions? Anything else I can help you with today, Pravan?
No, I think what you told me, I'll try to understand, what you've told me. I'm good.
Awesome. Well, it was great meeting you, Pravat. Let's keep in touch.
Sure.
And I'll send you the learning plan today, later in the day.
Sure, definitely.
Have an awesome weekend. It was great meeting you, Pravat.
Bye.